What's going on, everybody? It is Cyclone here with another beer review for all of you today. I got a really hype beer for this review, and I've always wanted to try it, and I found the last one on the shelf at a nearby liquor store, and I got it for $10. I almost could not. I told the guy, "Are you serious? It's half off?" Because it was $19 on the shelf, almost 50% off the bottle, so I wonder why, but I'm not going to question that when the beer in question is Clown Shoes Crasher in the Rye. This is a oatmeal, it's an imperial oatmeal milk stout aged in rye and bourbon barrels. Are you already salivating? Are you salivating yet, ladies and gentlemen? Take a look at that beautiful label. I love Clown Shoes artwork. And apparently this is one of their premier beers, guys. So if this is a world, I'm going to find out today if this is really a world-class beer or if it's only just really good. I don't think it's going to be any less than really good. My expectations are kind of high, but we're about to find out, go through the whole process. Is this beer a legit world-class contender in the stout game? This has a ton of flavors being featured. It's an imperial oatmeal milk stout, so we're going to get a bready maltiness, I'm assuming, with rye and bourbon barrels on top of it. So we're going to get a milky, malty, alcohol-y body. Potentially some sweet fruits in there. I would love it if this had like some prune and raisin in there. That would be delicious. I also would not mind a nice little burn. It's 11.5% according to the bottle, ABV. It's 1.6. It's basically a 1 pint, 6 fluid ounce bottle. There's the bomber. And the bottle on date, this is what's great about it. I recently got this too, just a couple days ago. Bottled on, it's March 17th, 2015. So this bad boy was sitting somewhere in storage, and it was ready to be taken off the shelf. And I think I'm glad I was there to get the last one on the shelf. Literally, it was right at the corner of the shelf, right in the back. I was like, wait a minute, what is that? Man, I'm so hyped for this beer. I love their beers overall. Some are better than others, but this is apparently one of the premier offers. It's in prime drinking condition. I know it has high ratings, but I also want to see just how high I think it is, and then go through a whole drinking process from start to finish. I have nowhere to go tonight. I have a little bit of work to do anyway, so let me get a little boozed up before I have to go do some freaking work on a Saturday. So let's go do this, shall we? Tons of delicious looking fizz coming out of the top there, some smoke. Oh dear. I got a smoky sweet nose coming out just from the bottle. And here's the pour, guys. Here we go. Oh, wow. There's really no head coming at all. It's pretty low on the carbonation. Yeah, didn't really pour much of a head at all. Just a slight, maybe quarter finger there. I don't even want to lose a drop. I don't want to lose a drop. Now, I also want to see if this beer is better at the bottom. Sometimes these bombers, you're going to get more flavor on the last pour than you are initially. Wow, guys. Such a malty, sweet vanilla nose. It's almost like a vanilla milkshake. I'm getting some cherry in there, vanilla, oak, a little bit of chocolate even. That malt is certainly in there. Sweet, very sweet nose. I think this has some lactose in it. If it's a milk stout, I bet there is some lactose sitting in this beer. Guys, this nose is delicious. It's not super boozy, though. The nose is sweet. It's a sweet malt nose with a little bit of smokiness on it. Yeah, very little booze on the nose, if any at all. Now, it just did come out of the fridge, so I am going to review it as it goes, but I want to take a taste of this thing now, see how it is cold, and then we'll see how it does as it warms up. So, cheers, everybody. Let's see how good this beer really is. Oh, man. That is so smooth. That is like a vanilla milkshake. Oh. Just a light bourbon on the back. Just a light bourbon on the back, but not boozy. It's just kind of the bourbon flavor, that sweet, like a little bit molassesy, sugary, orangey type of thing, but it's not boozy. This is so smooth and easy drinking. I'm actually kind of shocked. For an 11.5%, this is about as close to a milkshake as you can get. Light carbonation, medium body, it's about medium, with a nice coating on the back of dark molasses. Nice molasses character here that kind of coats your mouth and your throat. Just a nice, sweet coating of molasses. I do enjoy that quite a bit. And as this beer warms up, I bet there's going to be a little bit more of the booze coming out. But right off the bat, cold, this is like a milkshake, guys. It's like a molasses vanilla milkshake. It is absolutely delicious. It's so easy drinking, I can't even believe it. There's definitely some cherry in there, perhaps some raisin. So dark fruit does make an appearance here. Vanilla, molasses, and a slight bourbon undertone as it's cold. So note it's cold. We're going to let it warm up to see if that booziness comes to life, which I assume there might be a little bit more of that pungent booziness as we let it warm up. Guys, this beer is really drinkable, very sweet, and molassesy and rich. I've been drinking this sucker for about 20 minutes, and I've been letting it warm up. It has subdued the sweet malts a little bit for the more refined stout malt with that little bit more smokiness in there, which is what I was looking for. I'm also getting a little bit more of the raisin and maybe prune characteristic, dark fruit. The cherry is still a little bit in there, but it's kind of leaning more now towards raisin. Vanilla. Molasses is still strong. This has a ton of molasses character. And the vanilla is a nice touch as well. Guys, this is a really absolutely decadent beer. This is the epitome of dessert in a glass. There is zero alcohol burn. Zero. Not even a trace. It's just dark molasses stout. Malt, molasses, vanilla, raisin, prune, and a little bit of smokiness on a medium body, which goes down so smoothly, it's absolutely ridiculous for an 11.5% how drinkable this sucker is. This could be the most drinkable stout I've ever had. Now, the big topic of debate, as I was saying, there is no booziness at all. And some people may have been looking for that. It's aged in rye and bourbon barrels, but you don't get a lot of bourbon or rye kick out of this drink. If anything, it just adds to the slight accent to the undertone. Maybe a little bit of that bourbon vanilla note. You know what I'm saying? But it's not the boozy bourbon. It's just kind of a bourbon aroma. So it doesn't burn. There's no burn. There is zero burn. It's just a beautiful molasses finish. Like just a nice, pleasant drink. But there's no booze burn here. And some people might be looking for that. But one thing I will say about this beer, and this is when I know it's good, is if I start freaking salivating while drinking it. Right now, I can't stop drooling in my mouth. that means that something in this beer is clicking with my taste buds. So obviously, it's really good. Man, is that drinkable. Again, this is a half and half milkshake, chocolate and vanilla, with just a dash of like raisin and a little bit of that bourbon punch in there, but not too, just a little bit, and then it just goes down easy, really smooth. Wow. A beer is subjective, right? So I got to take a look at a couple things with this review before I give you a final score. One, it has the date, bottle date. I cannot knock that bottle date right here, right? You can't, it's hard to see, but it's right there. 3 says 3/17/15. It has the alcohol by volume at 11.5. And I got it for $10, which is a gosh darn steal. $10 for a bomber of this stuff is probably the best $10 you can spend at a liquor store. Unless they give you like Blue Label for $10, but for beer, this is about as good as it gets for the price. Again, the lack of booziness, I get it. If you're looking for that, you might be disappointed here because of that. But what you do get is so damn tasty. I have to give it a world class, guys. This is a world class. There is still a slight bourbon smokiness here. But it's not what some might be looking for with that burn. There's no burn. It's just an aroma. A little bit of a bourbon aroma of a little bit of the oak, a little bit of the brown sugar, little bit. But I'm getting more molasses, vanilla, and raisin. Put a scoop of rum raisin ice cream in here, and I'm telling you, that would be a dessert I would serve at every restaurant. This with a scoop of rum raisin ice cream. Wow. That, I actually might want to invent that right now and make it. So I'm going to go officially I'm going to officially go to Beer Advocate and take a look at what they're saying. I have seen reviews of this before, but it's been a while since I looked it up. Let's take a look. And again, this is a 2015 edition. So on Beer Advocate, it's getting an A- at 4.25. And that's roughly the same rating that the Chocolate Yeti was getting. And I gave the Chocolate Yeti a perfect score because I loved it. This one, it's basically a perfect score also. Again, this bottle is a perfect score. $10. No way. Delicious. That is, if you want, okay, so another analogy for beer fans. If you've had Dragon's Milk by New Holland, this is like a less boozy version of that. This still has the vanilla dark fruits of the Dragon's Milk, but without any burn. There's zero burn here. This is absolute velvet in your mouth. It is fruity with that raisin and prune characteristic. It has delicious vanilla notes hidden in there, and a nice strong malt. Very, very nice and malty, this one. A smooth, bready, and fruity beer. Perfect for dessert with no alcohol. None. Zero. Smooth as molasses. I can't believe how drinkable it is. So, with all things considered, this bottle is a 10 out of 10. Paying regular price at $19 to $20, at least in this state where it's brewed. I would say it's definitely at least a 9.5. This is top A. This is A. This is a solid A beer to perfect, depending on the condition you drink it in as well. This one's nice and aged. This is a 2015 bottle. So, you know, this is, man. A lot of people give this around a 4.25. This is what we're seeing here. What do people say? Hold on a sec. I'm reading a comment right here, which is a 4.12 rating. 4.12. The last sentence is refined barrel. Yeah, it is refined. Missing the vanilla. Whoa. I don't know what this guy is talking about. There is vanilla all over this sucker. I'm getting vanilla extract in here for days. And toasted coconut. Yeah, some people, there's a slight, the maltiness might translate to a coconut flavor, but not as intense as this guy is obviously looking for. If they're looking for a coconut milk, I don't care. I honestly, the malt flavor here is so rich and decadent. It's like this is a dessert drink. This is the epitome of a dessert beer. This is, which I think is non-existent. Which is why I love these styles, because I love bourbon and whiskey. And some beer reviewers don't necessarily love bourbon and whiskey, but they try these bourbon beers and then like, well, there was too much bourbon in it. This is so fucking smooth. I can't even tell you. So guys, this is getting a perfect score for the bottle I got. And if it was regular price, it's definitely going to be at least a 9.5. This is A to A plus, depending on what you paid for and the condition. Absolutely. And I would age this thing at least a year plus. It's so damn drinkable. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh my God, I can't believe I paid $10 for this. I got so fucking lucky. I feel like a winner. Winner! Yeah, so go on the beer sites, take a look at other reviews, but if you liked my review, I hope that it helped you in deciding to pick this one up. I definitely recommend you do so. It's really enjoyable. And that's the key word. This is a dessert in a glass. Really tasty, really smooth, very nice. And it might be a nice entry level for your more intense alcohol beers. So give this one a shot if you don't love booziness, but it's still going to give you kind of a little bit of that kick. Anyway, guys, it's going to do it for me for this beer review. This is Cyclone signing out with Clown Shoes. I can't believe I got this for $10.